Hello guys and welcome back to Valiants Rising. So today we've got a double header, a game away against Yeovil and at home to Accrington. So since last time we met, we've done quite well really. We kind of ground out a 0-0 draw with Coventry. Sorry, we only had 2 shots in the whole game, but then they only had 6 or 7 as well. So it was just a poor game of football. But to be honest, a point away at the Rico Arena is a decent result. Then Luton, we actually changed tactics in Luton. We actually went to a different tactic that I'll go over in a bit. And since then, I think that's the reason why we've done so well. And Popey scored 2 goals. They had a player sent off at half time, but you know we were kind of in control of the game. I think we would have seen it out anyway. Then Forest Green at home, we should have scored 3 or 4 in that game, but we did get the win. And then Notts County at home again, really played well there. Played him off the park, got 3 goals. It was nice. So the tactic that we've changed to is this. So basically, what I've done, if you remember before, we had the five at the back with the wing backs. What I've done basically is taken one of the defenders and pushed him into midfield. I felt like when we were going forward, we didn't have enough options on the ball. I felt like the strikers and the attacking midfielder were quite isolated. So I've done that. I've pulled the wing backs back to full back, obviously, but set him on a wing back role, so they're still getting forward, and so we've still got a bit of width there. It seems to be going quite well. And the other benefit with this tactic is it means we can get David Wowell into the side. He's one of our best players, and he's scored twice since he's come back into the side. So it seems like a good decision. So today we're going to go with the same team that we had in the last game that you didn't see. But Nathan Smith has taken a bit of a knock. It's only a small one, but it's not worth the risk. So I've brought Joe Davis in for the game against Yeovil today. Now, usually when I play Yeovil on FM, there's a striker called something Olamolo or something like that, and he always scores a couple of screamers against me. I don't know what it is. It's one of those games. I usually seem to play well, but him there, I can guarantee he's going to score one from at least 20 yards today, but we'll see. It's probably something that I'm doing wrong, but sometimes there's just not a lot you can do. Oh yeah, and James Gibbons has come into the side. We had Laurie Wilson at right back before, but he was out with an injury in a couple of games ago, so I brought Gibbo in, and he's done quite well since he's come in. So we'll give him a go, give him a run in the team, and see how he gets on. Now they have got a couple of pacey strikers. That might be my issue when I'm playing against these usually, because they're both very fast, and I generally play with a high defensive line. Now so far, we're all over them on possession, and we're putting a few shots in. So hopefully we can nick something here. Out of this game and the Accrington game, Yeovil 17th, Accrington 23rd, I think. So really, we want to get a minimum of 4 points out of this. Yeah, Accrington 23rd and Yeovil there 17th. So yeah, I mean, as you can see, we are battering these. We just need to try and get a breakthrough. Now, Anton Forrester has not been playing well, and he's having a poor game again. I had a word with him just after the last game. Told him to book up his ideas, and not much has happened, to be honest. And he probably knows that our only other decent strikers are injured. Oh, here we go. Nearly, side netting. But yeah, it's probably because he knows that Park is rubbish, so I'm probably not going to take him out. But I might have to if he carries on the way he's going. So 0-0 away, it's not bad, but I do like to give him just a bit of a kick up the bum at half time, just to try and give him that extra drive to go and get the win. And Middleton's come into the side within the last few games, just really because he's a decent player. He's nothing special, but he's good enough to get a bit of game time, and there's nothing worse than having players come into you saying, "Oh, I'm not getting any game time. Give me some matches," and then you end up with 5 players leaving or wanting to leave because you can't get them into the side. So I do like to try and get a bit of rotation going, especially when in a position that's not vital. Him and Michael Tong are very similar. The only difference really is Tong is quite good at his free kicks and corners. Yeah, Forest is just not doing it. I've pretty much just decided that it's probably worth getting another striker because Dan Turner's out for so long. But I decided that just after the transfer window shut. There's not really any good players available on frees, so I'm a bit stuffed really. And they're moving forward here quite nicely. Khan's a good player. Oh, here we go. Oh, great save. Kept us in it, but they've got a corner. I think it's worth doing another change because we are pretty knackered actually. And that might be why we seem to have dropped off in the second half. So bring Tong on. And we'll bring Regis on for what should we do? For De Freitas actually, and put him as an advanced playmaker. Try to get a bit more creativity going on. It's a pretty good ball forward there to Pike. Can he hold it up? Popey. Denton whip it in. No. Have a go. Oh, great save. Good effort. Possession stats. This formation and this tactic does seem to give you really good control of the game. Don't know what it is. You do find that sometimes on new FMs different tactics work well. I found that on the last game, narrow tactics seem to work really well. If you're playing the ball down the middle and had a lot of players down the middle. It looks like, oh, here we go. Injury, right? So we're gonna have to go for the rest of the game with 10 men. Drop Whitfield back and just try and see it out for the last few minutes. 6 minutes at a time. Where's he got that from? We could nick one here. Denton, can you whip one in? Go on, ball, have a go. Oh, not far off, but not close enough. Yeah, I've just realised that they've actually gone down to 10 men with injuries as well, so strange, but it looks like it's going to be a point if we can win that. Let's launch it, Denton, well done. It wasn't the best launch in the world, but there you go. You know, if the player's going to clear the ball, I would like him to at least aim at one of our players. It would give us a bit of a chance of winning it back. There we go, that'll do. I mean, it does put a bit of pressure on us to get 3 points against Accrington, but it's not bad really. I mean, we have won the last 3, so we were second before the game. See where that puts us now. Third, so we're in a pretty good position really still. But if we lose this, we could end up down in 8th, so or potentially even 9th. So a win really would be nice. A win could put us top though. That's how tight it is at this point in the season, really. And you know what? I think I'm probably going to drop Forrester for this game because he's played, I think it's 8 games now he's started. He's not scored, so it's not really good enough for a striker, is it? Especially when he's supposed to be the guy that's kind of the advanced forward, getting the goals in the formation and the tactics. Park can't be much worse, can he? Really? Barnett's back soon, but I'm not really sure Tyrone Barnett and Tom Pope complement each other up front. They are very similar players. So we'll have to see what we decide. It would be nice if Park gives us a good performance today, because, well, against Accrington. Give us a few more options, really. And then in January, I'll definitely go and... Well, it depends how Dan Turner comes back from his injury, I suppose. How long's he got? 2 months, not too bad. 2 months at most, physio's saying. So we could actually see him in about 5-6 weeks, I suppose. If he comes back and plays well, then we should be alright, but if not, I'll probably cancel Pike's loan deal. Ship out Forrester, maybe. If he's still not doing it, I'll bring someone else in. I do like, I know it sounds a bit old-fashioned and a bit kind of dinosaur football, but I do like to have 2 big strikers up front, because I just find when your goal kicks go up, it gives you such a much better strike, better chance of winning the ball. But with that said, I don't like 2 immobile big strikers. I like one like Pope, then one like Forrester, who's still quite a big unit, but he's got enough pace to get behind the defence. Now, for Accrington, usually I usually find they do quite well in the league, to be honest. It's quite surprising they're so far behind, because with a striker like Billy Key, he was just like, I don't know, he was just like the League 2 version of Jermaine Defoe or something. He just guaranteed goals. It's quite strange that they're quite low down. They're playing a 4-4-1-1, which could be a way to kind of hit us on the break. Let's have a look at who they're playing actually. Yeah, so Billy Key's on the bench. That might be one of the reasons they're not doing so well. Yeah, it is a strange one. You know what, if we've got a bit of money in the bank, and depending on how long Billy Key's contract is at Accrington, we may be able to try and nick him, especially if they're still down the bottom and we're still up the top. We may be able to pull off a bit of a coup there. Might be something that's worth looking at. Sean McConville is a good player. He plays it inside. And they're playing quite a nice little bit of football here. Oh, here we go. Oh, good save, Leighton, again. With playing a high line, you do need a keeper who's good at one-on-ones. And that is what Leighton's good at, definitely. Oh, and they scored an absolute screamer. What can you do about that? Not a lot. Sometimes I get really kind of angry when they score a screamer like that, but sometimes you just got to take it, I suppose. The issue we may have now is because they're playing quite a defensive team. Now they've got the lead, they may just sit back on it. I may have to put my wing backs on attack. Try and give us a few more options going forward to break him down. But we'll give it a few minutes first and then make a decision on that. With nearly half an hour gone, 2 shots is not a lot really, is it? Our possession stats are going down a little bit. Yeah, let's see what we can do. I do think it's important to try and make tactical changes fairly early. I mean, you don't want to completely change what you're doing and confuse your players right at the start of the game, but if you change it to a tactic that you think is going to change the game, then the earlier you do it, obviously the longer it's got to try and change the game for you. And we are not doing a lot here, to be honest. Right. We're actually being outplayed by this team that's nearly bottom of the league, and we're nearly top of the league. Right, I'm going to give him a proper rollicking. And then what I'll also do is Defreitas, get him off. He's probably a bit too defensive to what we're trying to play at the minute. And get Regis on as an advanced playmaker. See what he can do. Anything else? Well, Park's had an awful game, so let's get Forrester on and see what he can do. Probably not a lot. I'm thinking, let's put him as a poacher, just see if he can just try and get around the goal area and nick something instead of trying to create play. We've got enough players on there to create play for us. We just potentially just need someone to finish them off and get into the right positions. I will put us on control as well, actually, which just pushes the line up a little bit more. This is a good position now to try and counter at him. We've gone a bit too slow and Forrester, come on. What are you doing? What is going on? It's a good ball from Davis. Good flick on, but not good enough. I think they might nick one here, you know, and just completely kill off the game. Oh, yeah, they are. I think he's offside, though, to be honest. Or not. Yeah, I've noticed we'll look at it, but I've noticed a few dodgy offside decisions on this game so far. In Football Manager 2018. No, he was on there, to be fair. Just shocking defending, really, wasn't it? I think here they've just tactically outthought me. We're playing a controlling sort of tactic, and they've just sat back, soaked up the pressure, and hit us on the break. And we haven't been able to create a clear-cut chance with all the possession we've had. I haven't really got anyone on the bench who's going to change anything, so there's not much point in doing anything. This could be 4-0, this could really. It might be 3 if we're not careful. Oh, it is. Oh. I don't get how we've gone and beaten all these teams so comfortably in the last few games. I think it's the FM curse. Football Manager YouTubers tend to do really well when no one's watching, and then they're useless when everyone is watching. I think I'm starting to feel the pain now. Oh, here's a force, maybe. Oh, you've been done there, Davis. I mean, in a game like this, in hindsight, what you probably do is just play a much deeper... Oh, come on! Play a much deeper defence and then just get a point. But you can't do that when it's 3rd v 23rd at the start of the game. I genuinely don't know what's happened here. Well, I do, but I don't know. It's frustrating. Well, this looks like it's going to put us right down to 8th. From 3rd to 8th. And our goal difference is pretty poor now as well. It's the worst in the top half part. Well, the worst in the top 10. Let's have a little look at the analysis before we finish up. Well, quite a lot of players are low on the pass completion. Our possession's quite good, but still, throughout the whole game there, we've only had 4 key passes, usually getting into the double figures on him. So there's need of, yeah, that's not good enough, really, is it? But we'll look ahead at what we've got next, and then we'll finish up. So we've got Stevenage away. It's a difficult game. Newcastle in the joke trophy or whatever. Got 2 winnable games there, Grimsby and Cheltenham. I'll probably come back for... I might actually come back for... Yeah, I'll come back for Cheltenham at home and Morecambe away. It's good to me. 2 what should be winnable games. 22nd at home and 17th away. And hopefully between now and then we can get 3 points off these 2 games. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like or a comment. And I'll see you next time.